Today on Omni Garage, we've got another one of our Ryobi tools to go with the collection. So if you haven't already seen the playlist, we've unboxed heaps of Ryobi tools and show you our hands-on experience. So we'll put a link up in the corner if you haven't seen those. But today what we've got here is the cordless AM and FM radio, and this one here has Bluetooth, which is really handy. So this is quite an inexpensive tool, $99 for the skin only, and it's only available in a skin only variant, and that's New Zealand dollars, so obviously a bit cheaper if you're in Australia or in the United States. So we'll go ahead and unbox this. So we've got this open here, and the reason why we've got a brand new tool again is unfortunately the build quality on the last one. Build quality is alright, it just stopped working on us. But what's fantastic about Ryobi's policy, especially here at Bunnings in New Zealand, is almost a no questions asked return policy. So if something goes wrong with us within the warranty time frame, take it back and they'll swap it out for a new tool, which is exactly what I've got here. The whole process took me about 5 minutes from walking in the shop to walking out with my brand new one. So what you've got inside, pretty simple. You've just got the radio there. Inside the box comes with the two AAA batteries that you'll need, and the reason it's got AAAs is to power the clock, and also so the radio remembers any preset stations that you've got saved in there. So when you pair this up, this is the 2.5 amp hour battery, you get about 10 hours of runtime, and on the back of the box obviously it's quoted that a 5 amp hour will give you 20 hours, but I do quite like having a smaller one, just with that compact size there is quite nice. So we'll tear off the plastic wrapping and take that back off. So you'll just need a little screwdriver, battery's got at the bottom there, we'll grab that and come back to you in a second. Gee whiz, thought we were gonna have to bring out the impact wrench there for a second. Still wants to hang on. There we go. So I know from the previous radios that we've had, these batteries do not need replacing often at all. I think on the other radio before I returned it, I had that for probably about 2 years, and the AAAs didn't need replacing, but obviously they're only powering the little digital clock on there and remembering your presets. Cool, so those batteries are all set up in there, so you'll see on the top there, the clock is flashing, so we can go in and set that, but really all we need to do now, slap our battery in, and we are essentially good to go. So the use case that I've used this for in the past, it's just a really small handy radio that you can chuck in the back of the car. Take this to the beach, take this out with you. It's quite handy. Also on the back here, it's got a bit of elastic string. So the use case I've found for this is you can slide your phone in behind there, keeps everything nice and compact, so you can just carry it around like that. I think that's a really good idea to have that attached. And durability wise, I've slid my phone in and out of this thing, probably 100 times in the previous unit of this that I owned. No problem at all with this fraying or showing any signs of wear. So that's a really cool thought out piece of this product here. Right, so to set the clock on here, all you do is hold down the clock and display button. That gets your hour ticking, and you just use the volume up and down. So the time right now is 1:11. So 1, hit clock display again. 11, that's done. That's the time all set on there. So we've got the Omni Garage channel up on YouTube here, and if we scroll to the bottom, we've got our Ryobi playlist, and our last video was the hedge trimmer, so we'll click on that one there. We're all paired up. Today on Omni Garage, we're going to be playing... There we go, it's going through the Ryobi radio. We can crank this up. Of our Ryobi series that we're doing on the channel, and what we're going to be doing is trimming the hedge that we've got to my right here. We need to bring this down about a... So it does distort. If you're playing this anywhere above probably a 12 or 13 on the volume scale, you're going to find the audio isn't sounding too clean. So I think a sweet spot will be somewhere around that 10 to 12 mark, though that is really loud. So just keep that in mind if you are wanting to play this in a really loud environment. A few of the other really cool things about the radio is that we've got a USB port on the side here. Now this outputs at 5 volts. So very similar to the in the past, what was included as the default charging brick with iPhones. So what I would probably do is I would have a small cable that you could plug in there, leave that in there all the time, and that way if you're out and about and you need a charge on your device, you can simply slip it in the back there, which is another really cool feature of this radio, being able to pop your phone in the back, have that held in there. while it's drawing a charge from the battery. If you're going to do that frequently, you might want to try and pair this up with a slightly larger battery. When you think about battery life on here, it's quoted the 2.5 amp hour battery will get you about 10 hours of listening time. So obviously the 5 amp hour will get you about 20, though that's at lowish volume, so I'll probably take a couple of hours off both of those estimates. The AAA batteries that we inserted in here earlier, that helps this keep its clock in sync, but will also keep 9 stations in memory for you as well if you are swapping batteries out, so you don't have to go and reset those every time. But I mean, in our use case, we find that we'd probably use this mainly on Bluetooth for most of the listening on this device. So another cool feature about the radio when you're thinking about the battery on here is not all of the Ryobi batteries have the fuel gauge on the side of them. So if you are using one of those batteries, and I think the 1.3 amp hour battery is an example of that, if you power on the radio here, you'll see in the top corner there is a gauge which shows you how much charge you have. So I think that's quite handy, although I probably wouldn't want to pair this up with a 1.3 amp hour battery if you're going to be using it for any extended period of time. If we flip the radio around, there's also a really nice handle on the back, so you can carry it around quite ergonomically using that there. I think that's another nice little touch. So build quality wise, this is a 99 New Zealand dollar tool. It's $89 in Australia and around that $49 mark if you're buying this in the United States. So what you can expect from that price point is plastic build. Not the greatest audio quality, as I said, it does distort if you get too loud, but I think this is a really fantastic tool to have in your arsenal. Really nice to be able to take this outside if you're working around the yard, throw it in the back of the car, take it along to the beach. It's nice and compact, especially when you're paired with a small battery. That handle there, you can carry this around quite nicely. So there you have it. That is a quick overview of the Ryobi 18 volt radio. Ryobi do make a larger variant of this as well. It's almost like a boombox kind of style. So obviously you'll be able to play that a bit louder. It's got a few other features and benefits to it, but it's also more costly. I think this unit here is perfect. It's nice and compact and perfect for our use case. So if you're interested in checking out any of the other Ryobi tools that we've checked out, we've probably got about 20 to 30 in our collection, and we're slowly working our way through making videos of each of them. And the way that we try and do our videos is not a full-on review. As you can see, we didn't try and play music through this and do an audio perspective review, but what we try and do is show real-world use cases. So for instance, we've got some garden tools, and we get out and about and we actually use them, showing you what they're like in real-day use. So if you're interested in checking those out, we've got a playlist on the channel that'll be up in the corner right now. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.